Welcome to the All-in-One channel. I'm Kelley Rosano, and this is Virgo, October 2013. Virgo, you go into October very strong, and you had the best money moon of 2013. Wealth building moon was your new moon in September, and now in October, Mars is going into your sign on the 15th. And Mars will be in Virgo from October 15th through December 9th. This will give you more energy. It will give you more drive, passion, get up and go, power, ambition. It will help you accomplish so much more than you can normally accomplish. When Mars is in your own sign, you can get so much done. So you are entering a cycle that is incredibly empowering, and you want to use this energy to start a new business, launch a new website, write a book, make music. Whatever your passion is, Mars will help you get it done and get way more done than you normally do. The only challenge with it is you want to watch for doing too much, because Mars gives you so much more adrenaline that you feel like you can do anything, and you can, but balance is the key. And if we're too up or we're doing too much, then you can feel your energy drop off. So you want to balance it. Don't work 40-hour days. I'm saying this to Virgo, and but it's fantastic. I mean, you can't do any better than this, of having Mars in your sign after having your fabulous new moon in September, and having Mars with you for 7 weeks. So you're going to get a lot done in October. Now, October is kind of rocky because we are building towards the Pluto-Uranus, which is going exact November 1st. And the Libra new moon on October 4th, which falls in the area of your chart that has to do with your talents, your gifts, your abilities, your earning ability, your resources, your self-esteem, self-respect, self-appreciation, your values, what you truly love and value. And this is probably the most powerful new moon of 2013, because both Sun and Moon are exact at 12 degrees Libra, being opposed by Uranus, squared by Pluto, and squared by Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is helpful for the Virgo because it's in Cancer, and Cancer harmonizes with Virgo. So Jupiter is empowering you. Pluto is in Capricorn, which is a sister sign to you. So Pluto is also working to lift you up and empower you. So you're not going to feel this as intensely as, say, the Libras will, or the Aries, Capricorn, and Cancers will, because Jupiter is harmonizing with you, Pluto is harmonizing with you, Mars enters your sign on the 15th, and you just came off of a fabulous new moon. So, you will have some things to contend with. For instance, doing too much because Jupiter is involved, and, really looking at the value in your relationships, because this is affecting you in your relationship houses. Jupiter is in the area of your friends and networking. Pluto is in the area of true love and romance. Uranus is in the area of deep intimacy and sex. So you will have the opportunity to evaluate your relationships and look at, okay, I'm putting this into the friendship, what am I getting back? I'm putting this time and energy into this group, what am I getting back? I'm with this partner, is it really, making me happy? Is it really what I want? This relationship, is it what I want? So you will be doing some evaluating during this time of, what's working for you, what isn't working for you. Is my resources being used wisely? Time, energy, and resources are not just money. They're your talents, your gifts, your abilities. And, so when you put your energy into something, you want to see the return. And so you're really going to be looking at that, your ROI, return on investment, in October and November, because this Libra new moon is building us to the exact Pluto-Uranus square on November 1st. And that is the fourth in a series of 7 exact Pluto-Uranus squares that are taking place. This is the last one of 2013, but we have more to come in 2014 and 2015 before we finish with those two. And with Jupiter in there, with Pluto and Uranus, Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So Jupiter is making the bad guys behave worse, basically, because Pluto, when it acts this way on a lovely Libra moon and sun like this, you got Darth Vader on one hand, Uranus, you got the big bad wolf, and Jupiter's just, bringing out the bad in the bad, if you know what I mean. Like, bad people who behave badly are going to behave even worse. And so, the boys of war are beating their drums. They're only going to want more war. And so we have to own our power. We have to stand our ground. We have to say, no, we are not going to have war anymore. We want peace. And that's Libra. Libra stands for peace and justice. And doesn't it make sense that this is all coming down on the Libra new moon? Because we all have to make choices. Are we going to choose love? Or are we going to choose fear? Are we going to choose peace and resolve things peacefully? Or are we going to continue to blow things up and ruin the environment and slaughter the innocents? And so we are at choice as humankind, and especially America. And all are one. And so for you personally, this is your power time. You're really in your power because you just had your birthday. You've got your new energy for the year. You had a fabulous new moon. And Jupiter's harmonizing with you. Pluto is empowering you. So, you got to do what you got to do. And that, if that's about starting a new business, starting a new relationship, whatever it is you got cooking, go for it. Now, Venus, and Venus and Mars are squaring at this new moon too. It's so intense. Venus is in Leo, and Mars is in Scorpio right before it enters, Mars is in Leo, and right before it enters Virgo on the 15th, it's squaring Venus and Scorpio, and both of them are semi-squaring the new moon. So this really is about, what are we getting out of our relationships too? And, Venus and Mars, when they're like this, it does create a lot of intensity, a lot of passion, intense attractions, but it also can bring the karmic relationship, the love-hate relationships to the forefront. And so it will be testing you in the area of relationships. Relationships is a key theme this fall. And, it's very important that you are being your practical self and looking at things and weighing things up. Libra, balance, weighing things up. Fairness, justice, balance, and weigh it up, and ask yourself, what am I getting out of this relationship? What am I getting out of this job? What am I getting out of this situation? Okay, because we're all looking to have justice and balance in our relationships, in our lives, and that's really what you're looking at. Now, like Mars is entering your sign on the 15th, and so the second half of October, you're going to feel really energetic, really empowered, ambitious, ready to go for it, ready to go after what you want, and it's exciting. It's awesome. So enjoy it. Then we have the Aries lunar eclipse on October 18th. I happen to like this lunar eclipse because Pluto and Uranus are not touching it. Jupiter is T-squaring it. So you have, the moon in Aries and the sun in Libra, and Jupiter squaring both of them. But Jupiter squares don't feel bad. Jupiter, anything feels good. The challenge with Jupiter is you can do too much. you can overextend yourself, and you have Mars in your sign now, so you'll be like, oh yeah, I can do that, and I can take that project on, and I can have this relationship, and I could do this, and you're filling your plate, and you're filling your plate, and you're filling your plate, and then you're like, okay, what did I agree to? What did I agree to do all this for? And that's where burnout can come in. And so balance is the key. Don't agree to everything just because it all looks good, because you're going to have a lot of opportunity coming your way. And, and with relationship too, because the lunar eclipse falls in the 8th house of sex, intimacy, deep connection. And Jupiter is in the area of friends that turn into lovers, that, your hopes and your wishes. So whatever wishes you set for your intention on your birthday, and that fabulous new moon in September, you're going to start seeing fruition here at the Aries lunar eclipse. Now, yes, the lunar eclipse also brings up endings and beginnings. So if you haven't been in a relationship, you could find yourself in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and the relationship needs to go to the next level, you could find yourself going to the next level. Or if the relationship isn't feeding you, right? Because it's also about you receiving, okay? A lot of times I find with light workers is we do a lot and yet we're not real good at receiving, okay? And this Libra new moon in that 2nd house of yours is about you receiving, Virgo. So you need to evaluate everything you're doing and ask yourself, what's my return on investment? What am I receiving from this situation? What am I receiving from this job? What am I receiving from this lover, friend, person, family member, whomever in your life is wanting to be part of you? Have they earned the right? And are they pulling their weight? Are they showing up and contributing to the relationship, contributing to your life in a way that says, yeah, you're worth my energy? And so you will be evaluating that in October, and that's a good thing. Now, Mars going into Virgo, there is another caution here. Whenever a planet enters Virgo, the first thing it runs into is nebulous Neptune. Neptune. Okay, so for you, you've got Neptune in the 7th house of marriage and partnership, soulmates, twin flames. And Mars is in your 1st house, you. So for those that are single, especially the women, this could bring a man to you, okay? Because Mars in the 1st is a man. Mars rules men. Mars in the 1st, a man comes to you. So you have to be careful, because with Neptune, we always have the rose-colored glasses on. We can't help it. It's the nature of Neptune. Neptune represents the highest God consciousness that we can't even comprehend in the human body. So what happens to us when we're in these Neptune energies is we're really supposed to be using it for our creativity. Writing music, writing books, I don't care, making a sandwich. You can be creative about anything. Creativity isn't about singing or dancing, just that. It's about how you live your life and being your authentic self. That's creative. So Neptune is about creativity and meditation and spirituality, but the challenge is in the 7th house of relationships, we have a tendency to project onto people what we see in them, but that may not really be there. So, in other words, you could meet someone with this energy in October and really like put them on a pedestal. And that's the challenge with Neptune is we see their potential. They have so much potential, but we're not seeing the flaws. And that's what comes and bites us later is the flaws, like the part they forgot to tell us. So now, the relationship could be fine. It could be you projecting onto them this ideal, this perfection, beautiful illusions we call Neptune. Because and that's why it's great for creativity, because if you're writing a song or a poem or a book or a story, or even making a meal, you can go wild and be creative and have fun and it's amazing what you can create with Neptune. But in personal relationships, it is not good because it gets us into hot water because we're seeing something there that may not be there. And then afterwards, when Mars moves off of Neptune, we go, oh, why didn't I see that? Beautiful illusions. But the relationship could still be good. It's just, it needs to be brought down to reality. And that's okay. So, for those of you that are seeking love, this could be a time where you attract it in, and you have a good time with it. Now, your ruling planet goes retrograde October 21st through November 10th in Scorpio. Now, I kind of like this. It's the last one of the year. It's the last Mercury retrograde of the year. And I'll tell you why I like it. It's because we've got so much crazy energy in October with this Libra new moon and building towards the exact Pluto-Uranus square on November 1st, that the stuff is going to be flying in every direction. You can be the calm in the storm because it's not affecting you personally, but it will be affecting everybody around you. And so you'll be like, okay, Joe's really going through it. And oh my gosh, if Mary doesn't pull through this, I don't know, you may find yourself doing a lot of that, and it's just a lot of stuff going to be stirring, because Pluto and Uranus are stirring it up personally, collectively, in the institutions. And so we don't know what's truth or not truth, right? The government doesn't tell the truth. The media is owned by the government. They don't tell us the truth. We try to get the truth on the internet, but there's some strange sites out there too, especially those doom and gloom ones. Stay away from those. And so we don't know what the truth is. So we're like, okay, well, who's telling the truth? What's really going on? What is this really about? And I think a lot of us are going to be asking that in October. Well, with Mercury in Scorpio, truth, getting to the bottom of things, getting to the heart of the matter, getting to the source of the problem, that's going to help us. So it's actually good to have Mercury retrograde because that's going to give us a chance to say, hey, wait a minute, what's really going on here? Let's peel the layers back. Hey, Mr. Wizard, let's pull the curtain back. Oh, you're just a guy pulling the levers. And so really we need that. We really need to know what's going on in Oz because buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy. Kansas is about to go bye-bye in October. And, so we're looking at, communication, frenzy here with Pluto and Uranus stirring this Libra new moon and carrying this energy all the way through into November. And don't forget, we also have the second eclipse and last eclipse of the year on November 3rd. So I think the universe is saying, everybody, take a deep breath and take your time in decision making, take your time in what you're doing, take your time in your commitments, what you're committing yourself to, and really look at what's going on. Really look at what is the agenda here? What is the motivation here? Now, what I like is Mercury will conjunct Saturn on October 29th. And this is very good for you. You're going to have some sort of communication breakthrough at the end of the month, too, because Mercury will conjunct the North Node and Saturn in your third house of communication. And, of course, it's harmonizing with you. So, again, you may find yourself in a leadership role and having to speak truth to the masses, whether it's through social media, through your blog, through, your website, whatever role you're in. You may find that people are looking to you for leadership and direction because the storms are, storm clouds are gathering, and Mercury conjunct Saturn is, really getting to the heart of the matter and narrowing our focus on what is truly important. And then, of course, we end October with another Libra moon. But it won't be as intense as the first one because it's not a new moon. The sun isn't there. The sun has moved off. And but it isn't that interesting. We'll end October. So it's like the universe is talking to all of us about justice and fairness and balance. And I think you're one of the messengers out there. A lot of you Virgos are here to play this leading role of sanity in this insane world, this chaotic, crazy town world that we're all experiencing. So I think in September you gave birth to the new you, and in October you're being given a lot of power by the universe because, well, you've got Mars in your sign for 7 weeks. Pluto is in harmony with you, and Pluto is power. So you've got the power. Own it. Use it. Jupiter is harmonizing you, expanding you, giving you the resources you need to speak truth to power and bring balance to the lives of others. Love is really strong for you this month. Pluto is in that love sector for till 2024, and the lunar eclipse is in the area of sex and deep intimacy. So you're kind of on fire here going into October, and I see it continuing for you into November. Because Scorpio sextiles you, empowers you, harmonizes with you. And so, the more you put yourself out there, the more you're going to see, the more that people are attracted to you. And that you really are making a huge contribution to all of us by, being you and directing your energy out into the world. So your spirituality is just growing and growing and growing. The only challenge I would say is don't do too much, because you're going to have a lot of drive and a lot of insight, especially at the end of that month when Saturn and Mercury hook up. You're going to have some sort of breakthrough in insight and communication and using social media to communicate with others. You're going to have a lot of wisdom for all of us, a lot of wisdom. So have a great month. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast. You're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock, Virgo. And until next time. All you people, can't you see how your love's affecting our reality? Every time we're down, you can make it right, and that makes you larger than life. Yeah, and that makes you larger than